So many network marketers fall in love with a health and wellness product, and then they realize that there's an incredible opportunity to build the lifestyle and income of their dreams. But what happens when you get started and you run out of friends and family to talk to, and what you're doing on social media just isn't quite getting you where you want to be? Well, the truth is it's probably not your fault. It just takes a little marketing know-how that you may not be getting from anywhere else. So on this podcast, I'm sharing with you the secrets that I've been able to learn from all of my top earner friends and mentors. I'm pulling back the curtain on exactly what it takes to get people excited about the wellness products that you have to offer, to help people improve their lives, and to get you to the rank that you want to be at. My name is Soraya Goddard, and this is Secrets to Marketing Your Wellness MLM. What's going on, guys? I am back and I am here to give you some social media tips today. Are you ready? How many of you have ever stared at your phone or stared at your computer and been like, I know I need to post something, but I just don't know what to post, and I know I want to generate some leads, but I'm not inspired? Or you have like 5 minutes between appointments and you know you need to post, but you're just like, I'm not in the right headspace. And so what do? You look at other people's posts because they're in front of you, because you're scrolling Facebook or Instagram and you're like, oh, that's clever. Maybe I'll swipe that and post it as my own. Or that's a teammate's post. She won't mind. Or like, hey, can I borrow this? Stealing. That's my favorite, right? When people are like, stealing. And I'm like, oh, what if I didn't want you to steal? But anyways, that's a whole different podcast. Okay, so I'm going to share with you a couple super basic tips that are really how you can get into attraction marketing, okay? This is all about how to never run out of social media content again. I don't care how uninspired you are. I don't care how tired, bored, overwhelmed, distracted, whatever. There are some easy things to do that will get you focused on topics that will usually inspire people or get some responses. They're tested. They're already proven. I know, I'm getting you inspired right here, aren't I? They're already proven. They're already popular, I guess I should say. And you can put your own spin on them. Okay, so first, before I give you these 3 very simple tips that some of you may know, some of you may not, I want to share with you my personal philosophy on the role of social media. And so if I am in stark contrast with your upline, that doesn't mean your upline is wrong. That doesn't mean I am right. I'm just going to give you what I try to strive for, my own personal philosophy. So I try to be different, a little bit different than people. Now, don't get me wrong. There is a little bit of a formula to social media in that when people are inspired or they're entertained or they are moved emotionally in some way, that's usually what gets a response. But also, people find things helpful, and people react really positively when you have helpful social media posts. I guess that's really what I'm saying, is that if you can bring people education in quick bites, like nobody wants to listen to your 45-minute Facebook Live video about vitamin C, more than likely. But if you give a quick little tip, maybe about that vitamin C and the benefit of that vitamin C and how, the kind that you took really helped you with your, your acne or digestion, whatever, right? I'm making that up. But something very simple and educational, that becomes really helpful. And when you do that over time, when you either educate or you inspire or you make people laugh or you get some sort of response from them, they will positively look at you as somebody who brings value to them, someone who is a net positive in their life. And that is when you up the know, like, and trust factor. And that is really when people start to trust you when you make a recommendation or when you reach out and prospect them and you go, hey, look, I have no idea whether this is something you'd be open to, but would you be up to taking a look at this short little video that I have about this product that I promote that has absolutely changed my life? If not, no big deal. And if you've given value to them over a course of, a course of however long you've been on social media, they're more likely to say yes. Now, that does not mean you can't prospect people right away. You can certainly ask the question right away. But if you have already laid down a foundation where people trust you, it's going to be a whole lot easier. Or when you post about your product, or when you invite the entire interwebs to your next team call, or your next sizzle call, or your next Super Saturday, or whatever it is, right? Whatever you are inviting people to, your home party, your webinar, your fill in the blank. When you do that and you've already become someone that someone trusts, they're going to give you the benefit of the doubt. So let me give you some ways that you can stand out on social media, even if you're not an expert, even if you don't have any testimonials, even if you don't have a before and after photo, even if you feel like you don't have any product results, even if you feel like you don't know anything about your product, even if you feel like you can't take selfies, whatever excuse you have, like none of that works, okay? I'm going to give you a workaround. Are you ready? I'm going to give you 3 tips to educate people in a way that I think is really popular now. Now, I would have given you a little bit different advice 3 years ago. I would have said that longer posts, really long videos, things like that are really where you want to be at. Currently, I'm recording this January 2020. I am going to say that short bursts of very valuable information is going to be the best bet, okay? Ideally, either accompanied by a picture of you or something very interesting, probably not a stock photo. I would stay away from stock photos. I would definitely try to aim for a picture of your beautiful face. Okay, so are you ready? Number 1 way, and I'm going to start with just the best tip ever. You may have heard this. Dramatic pause, okay? All right. I think that the best way to find titles and content for your Facebook or Instagram post that are educational is Google. And here's what you want to do. You want to go to Google. I've got my browser open right here as I'm recording this. And you want to think of a magazine title that is similar to something that your ideal customer would be searching for. So let's say that you are in a natural beauty network marketing company. One of my favorite magazines to search is Organic Spa Magazine. It's just a really cool magazine. I found it a couple of years ago, like in a Whole Foods or a Wegmans or something. I can't remember. But it's just a great magazine that has very kind of lush spa recommendations, natural living, holistic travel, eco hotels, things like that. So you want to go to Google and type in Organic Spa Magazine, but you're not going to go to the website of the magazine. What you're going to do is you're going to go click on images on the top. And what's going to happen is you're going to see the actual images of, I don't know how many pages and pages and pages of previous issues of Organic Spa Magazine. And then because Google is awesome, it's also going to show you very similar things. So I just did that, and like a related organic skincare guide popped up. All sorts of good stuff. So now you have, within about a 5-second Google search, visually a list of the headlines that this particular really popular magazine has used to sell their magazines. And here's the cool thing about this, is that these magazine titles, they work. They work because otherwise the magazine wouldn't put them on the cover of their magazine. So let me just click on a random one. This happens to be February 2017's cover of Organic Spa Magazine. So it's titled The Complete Wellness Issue. But what I want to do is I want to go in and I want to look at the kind of subtitles, right? The article titles that are within the magazine. And I want to use that to be inspired. And so this one has one right away. Eat to beat inflammation. So let's say I am in any kind of a wellness network marketing company and I want to make a post that talks about something that's beneficial to my ideal customer. And so I can title it, hey, 3 things to eat to beat inflammation that you probably have in your own kitchen, or something like that, right? You can modify that magazine title to be your own. And so I would probably click through on this exact magazine, see if I can find the article. If for some reason you can't, you can probably go to Google and just Google 3 foods to beat inflammation and then create a very quick tip guide in your Instagram post, or you could do this in stories, or you could do this over on a quick Facebook Live or a written Facebook post. You could do a LinkedIn article. Wherever you hang your hat, you could even do a TikTok on it. Wherever you hang your hat, it works. So just looking at the same magazine cover, a couple other titles, How to Find a Naturopath. That's a great one. Like, that's a fantastic one. How many people out there are probably really interested in seeking alternative medicine and holistic healthcare that don't know how to start doing that? So there's some that may not work, right? This same magazine cover has a article called Gourmet Vegan Recipes. I'm sure you could modify that. My favorite gourmet vegan recipe that I make at all of my dinner parties, things like that, right? Let me just open a couple others. Oh, let's see. We'll pick this one. This one has a bunch of skincare stuff on it. The Ultimate Sunscreen Guide. Okay, so you could do a post on ingredients to make sure your skin or your sunscreen doesn't have. There's another one on another organic spa magazine cover. Chakra healing. You could do an intro, a complete beginner's guide to chakras or something like that, right? Again, I don't know if this has anything to do with your network marketing company or your audience or who you're trying to attract, but those are some good ideas. I Googled also coffee magazine. I know there's a lot of people in here that deal with coffee, and sure enough, there's entire magazines that deal with coffee. Roast magazine, barista, the Southwest Barista magazine, Coffee Lovers magazine. All of these have the same thing. They have great proven titles that you can kind of steal. Now, it's not like titles are not copyrighted, so this is not stealing anything. I certainly wouldn't copy any of the articles, right? That would be a no-no, but you can certainly use these titles to be inspired. Choose the right blend, a beginner's guide to coffee beans. That's amazing. Your audience would probably love that. Now, I see so many people out there like, hey, who needs my happy coffee? And I'm not knocking any of you guys if that's your post. All I'm saying is you can elevate your approach and educate about coffee in a way that will attract people to you. And then when people are asking you tips about coffee, you can give them some recommendations. Like, hey, here's my favorite whole bean, but when I'm on the go, I've got these really cool packets that I love. Would you like me to send you a sample? Or would you like to watch a video on it? Right? It's just very simple. It's very natural. And I just picked that because coffee was on my mind. Let me go to makeup. Makeup magazines are all over the place, right? There's a billion of them. But if I was in makeup, I would probably niche down into something very specific. Makeup for women over 50, makeup for people who have oily skin, makeup for women who work in corporate jobs, who want quick makeup routines. I would specialize and niche in something. I wouldn't just cover makeup because, by God, there are so many YouTubers that are just killing it in the makeup industry. Like, you don't want to try to compete with those people. You want to do something very, 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 very specific. So let's see. I just Googled makeup magazine and got like everything known to man. So there's a lot of these magazines are like makeup artist related, and maybe this is not quite what I want, but I would find one that has, 3 ways to do a simple cat eye. I would do something like, the way to pick the perfect blush color. Like, if someone was doing educational videos like that, I would be really compelled to watch those if they were in my feed. But I typically see people just doing like, hey, this is my makeup look for the day, which is awesome. But I think we have an opportunity to distinguish ourselves, right? Let's be a little bit different. Let's be a little bit creative. Now, there is something duplicatable about just doing things that work. So I'm not saying to change whatever you're doing if it works, but I think that we can get inspired and stand out from the crowd a little bit on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so that is my first tip. I went a little bit more in depth than I expected, but Google magazine covers related to something that your customer or your ideal customer would be interested in, and then give a really good call to action at the end of your content for them to reach out to you. My next tip is very similar, but a little bit different method. So my next tip would be to go onto Amazon and start to look at book titles that are related to, again, things that would be related to your customers' needs. So if you are in a wellness company and you're talking about holistic health, then you could go into Amazon and look at the 10 million holistic health books that there are. You could pick out some bestsellers. And the really cool thing about Amazon is that it lets you preview the books. And usually it gives you the preview of the titles and chapters. And so all you have to do, you don't even have to buy the book. You can just go to the preview. You can look at the titles and steal some of that as inspiration for again, content titles, right? Facebook Live titles, Instagram story bits, things like that. You could do IGTV series on whatever this topic is. So go into Amazon, look at books related to your target market or things that your target market would enjoy. Whether it's related to your product or not does not matter. It needs to be things that your target market enjoys or could lead to a call to action to reach out to you. That's really all it is. So look at the chapters, look at the titles, and get inspired there. Another sub-tip on the Amazon topic is to pay attention to the reviews. Sometimes people will leave really good reviews and they'll say like, oh, I loved this book about eyeliner, but it really didn't cover X, Y, and Z. You can always get inspiration from the reviews, or, hey, my favorite part of this book was how so-and-so did this, or so-and-so covered this. Well, you know that that's a really important topic to some people out there, so you can now cover that. Okay, so that's the second tip. My third tip requires just a little extra step, but is equally as easy, and this is my personal favorite tip. I use this all the time, almost every single day. Are you guys ready? So I go into Facebook groups that contain people that I would like to have on my team, and I listen to the questions that they're asking. And then I copy and I paste them into a Google document, and I use that Google document as a list of content to create. In fact, this podcast today comes from a topic that somebody posted inside a group. Hey, I'm getting bored of posting on Instagram. Can you give me inspirational topics for Instagram? Yep, I got you. I know exactly how to do that. So someone posted that in an entrepreneur group a couple days ago, and I literally cut and pasted the post. I just highlighted the stuff on my phone, tapped it, copied it, pasted it over into a Google Doc. I have, this Google Doc that I'm looking at right now is 184 pages long right now. I have 184 pages of text topics that I know would be really, really interesting to my target market. I've been copying and pasting stuff for literally years, like 3 years. But here's the thing, you guys can do it too, and you can do it today, and you can probably get about a 20-page document before you went to bed tonight. And how you do it is you try to think, you reverse engineer this. Who are the people that you're trying to attract? Now, classically, when people are just starting out, they go, well, everybody, Soraya, because my stuff can be for everybody. I sell nutritional supplements and everybody can take nutritional supplements. Well, yes, but that's not really what we're talking about. We're really talking about who do you want to work with and who do you really want to focus on attracting to you? Is it single moms that are in a corporate space that you really want to help lose some weight, but they're limited on time? Is it women over 50 that are dealing with the first signs of wrinkles, or I don't know, right? Maybe 50 is probably too late, but you get what I'm saying. Women over 40 that are dealing with wrinkles who want to stop their wrinkles from going any further. Are you looking to help military members, right? So I'm in the Army. I would love nothing more than to help other Army or military members grow a side business so that when they end up leaving the military, that they have a job, they have a career that's already established that they can walk into and they never have to job hunt. Like, that's amazing, right? So all you have to do is go into these groups where people are, and they're all over the place. Just pick a couple and just listen, just be a wallflower, right? You don't even have to post anything. All you have to do is listen and see what people are asking about. Have you ever seen those groups where people post questions and then nobody really answers? It just kind of breaks my heart. But if they're good questions, write them down and then go create content about them. If you do that over and over again, I promise you people will start to seek you out as a subject matter expert in that topic, and you'll start to attract an audience that is looking for the answers that you have. And here's the thing, you don't even really have to be an expert. You can be just one little tiny half step ahead of those people because you got on Google and you figured it out, or you went and looked at a book and you learned the answer, or you read it in a blog, or you experienced it yourself, or you learned it from an upline, and you're just passing on that information. That's really all you need to be doing. So you don't have to have the answers. You don't have to have some incredible transformation story. In fact, I share with you guys very openly that a lot of the stuff that I teach you is stuff that I have learned very, very recently. And as we go further on, I'd say in about 4 or 5 podcasts, I'm going to be sharing with you guys like some systems that I have been putting together for my own personal team and give you some updates on what's working, what's not working, things like that. I just share what I'm going through. I share what I'm learning. I'm extremely passionate about social media, and so I teach it to you guys, and that's it. Pretty simple stuff. So anyways, I hope that helped. With those 3 tips, Google magazine covers, look at Amazon book titles, and collect questions from Facebook threads. If you start doing that, you will never, ever, 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 ever run out of social media content ever in your life. There is no way. You will be a social content queen. You'll be cranking out stuff every single day, and people will be like, how does she do it? Well, she just focuses and picks one off the list and cranks it out every single day, and that's it. Super simple. And I've talked about this before too, but it's probably worth repeating. You want to focus on creating content, not consuming content. So if you're getting sucked up in the scroll and you're consuming more than you're creating, you've got that reversed. We need to be creating more content than we're actually consuming. So if you're on social media and you're looking to make money, you should be putting out more than you're consuming. You should be spending 90% of your time creating content and responding to people who comment on your content rather than just mindlessly scrolling. So anyways, I hope that helped you guys. I wanted to share with you that today is, as I'm recording this and releasing this, it is Thursday evening, January 16th, 2020. And I have a little special going on my Instagram course right now. For those of you who don't know or who are new to the podcast, Instagram is my favorite platform. I still love Facebook. I'm learning TikTok, but Instagram is pretty much where I hang out. And so I like to teach a lot of that. And last year I built a course on Instagram that was wildly successful, tons of testimonials. Well over 100 people have gone through that course. Including 6, 7, and a couple 8-figure earners in network marketing. So it is helpful for whatever level you are at, whether you are just starting out on your Instagram journey or you are a pro. And so this is something to help you if you are a network marketer. Now, I have a special going on right now. It is $50 off my course. You can use the code IG2020, IG2020, and that code is good through the evening of January 20th. So if you're listening to this, you want to jump over before the end of January 20th and jump in. And the reason why the code expires then is because I am going to do 2 live training sessions. In addition to all the amazing content that's already in the course, I'm going to be doing 2 live training sessions, one on January 20th in the evening and one on January 27th in the evening. Now, if you can't make it to those sessions, don't worry. It'll all be uploaded into the course anyway. But during those training sessions, I am going to be walking you guys through the 7 really, really important things you need to know about Instagram in 2020. Because Instagram, just like every social media platform, is always constantly changing. And so I really get paid to keep my finger on the pulse of how Instagram is changing, what works, what doesn't. I've gone over some of this content in some of my other coaching groups and with my private coaching clients, but really this is your opportunity without paying one-on-one coaching rates to get this information and have a little bit of question and answer time. So I'm splitting this up into 2 sessions, 2 successive Mondays, so that I can give you I think like 4 of the tips and 4 of the topics on one day and then do some Q&A, and I'll give you the 3 on the next day and do some Q&A as well. So this is your opportunity. So I'm incentivizing you guys to get in that course. Doesn't matter if you've gone all the way through it. You can still hop on the lives. But anyways, you get $50 off the course, which is a significant chunk. IG 2020 for that code. And the website for my Instagram course is sorayagoddard.com/Instagram. SorayagOddard.com/Instagram. Or just Google Soraya Instagram. I'm sure it'll pop up. It'll also be in the notes section of this podcast. So go over, grab the course, IG 2020 for $50 off before Monday. And I will drop all my knowledge about how you guys can generate leads, make sales, and make Instagram a place where you can genuinely build your business from your phone in 2020. All right. I hope that helped. I appreciate you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. Hey friends, I hope you enjoyed Secrets to Marketing Your Wellness MLM. Before you go though, I have something for you. If you are looking to grow your audience online via social media so that you can have people getting excited about your products and reaching out to you to learn more, then you need my cheat sheet that has 50 health and wellness Facebook Live topics that will attract an audience to you. It also walks you through the secret 4-part formula that you can follow on both Facebook and Instagram that is proven to have people reaching out to you. And when you get it, I am also sending you guys an audio file for those of you who love to listen to the information on the go. You can get both of those things at www.sorayagoddard.com/podcast. Again, that's sorayagoddard.com/podcast. SorayagOddard.com/podcast. Thanks so much. Chat soon.